My name is Samantha, and my informational speech is about Mulan. Most people know about the Disney movie Mulan, but did you know the story of Fa Mulan was a legend before she became a Disney princess? Disney has displayed Mulan's story as a daughter trying to save her father and her family's honor, and ends in a love story. You see Mulan go to see her matchmaker, and you meet a character, the Lucky Cricket, when her grandmother puts him in a cage to give to Mulan for good luck. You then watch as Mulan struggles to meet the expectations of the matchmaker as you watch her mess up reading her notes she wrote on her arm, and we see the matchmaker rub her face with ink on her hand from grabbing Mulan's arm. Once you see her fail to meet her match, she goes home after bringing dishonor to her family. After coming home, the emperor's men come to her village to enlist the men in the army when you find out that Mulan's father was injured in the last enlistment, which causes Mulan to run up and ask for her father to be excused from the war, which brings her family dishonor. Later that night, she sneaks into her father's room to steal her father's armor and sword to run away to enlist in the army to save her father. And we meet another character, my personal favorite, Mushu. Mushu is the family's outcast dragon guardian who is supposed to go wake the Great Stone Dragon to bring Mulan back home. Mushu breaks the Great Stone Dragon and goes home to make Mulan a war hero. We then follow the three characters and watch Mulan save China, only to be outed as a woman since she was hurt in battle. This brings on dishonor to her family and is considered treason, and the punishment is death. But since she saved her general and her love interest, he spares her life and says, "A life for a life, my debt is repaid." In the end, she saves China again, and the emperor in a great spectacle, and goes home after bringing honor to her family with tokens of gratitude from the emperor. In the middle of the great family reunion, Shang, her general that she fought with, goes to her home to bring back her helmet and ends up staying for dinner. So in Disney's version, she lives happily ever after, which isn't too far from the legend. In the legend, there are 4 different endings. In one version, she lives happily ever after when she returns home to her family, but no love interest. In another, she is a master of the dark arts and uses a magic camel to win the war and defeat the enemy's general. And in the end, the emperor had been hearing lies that Mulan was planning treason and wanted to execute her, and to prove that she was innocent, she kills herself. In another similar ending, she's captured by another female warrior who saves her life and helps her win the war, and in the end, she finds her father killed, and the emperor tells Mulan to join his harem, and instead of bearing the shame, she kills herself. In the end, there is the same basic concept for her story. She wants to save her father and goes to war for her country and wins the war. Some comparisons between Disney and the legend are that she has a little brother in the legend, but in Disney's movie, she does have a little brother, but it's a dog. In Disney, she has Cricket and Mushu as her magical companions, and in the legend, she has a magic camel. In Disney, the only enemy is the Huns, and in the legend, it depends on which ending there is. There's the rebel bandit called Leopard Skin, and there's also the Chinese government. In Disney, she gets outed as a woman, and in one legend, they find out, but they don't kill her, they're just shocked. In Disney, she has to learn how to fight. In the legend, she already knows martial arts, horsemanship, and archery. In Disney, she's just a soldier, and in the legend, she moves up in rank. In Disney, she falls in love with her general. In the legend, she doesn't have a love interest. So in the main legend of Mulan, it is a poem, and it starts off with us seeing Mulan at her loom weaving something and sighing, which causes one of the girls to ask who she's in love with. She replies not with a lover's name, but that she has seen the government is summoning men for the army. She says she saw her father's name on the list and her baby brother is too young to serve and her father is too old, in which she tells her family that she will be serving in his place. No one objects, and she goes to buy a horse and equipment and heads off to war. She ends up getting offered a higher government position and refuses it to go back home after the war. After she changes back into her feminine attire, and her fellow soldiers see her and say, "We marched together for these 12 long years and had absolutely no clue that Mulan was a girl."